Hello, I've made a new website for people who like to manage their Lego collection in terms of Lego sets. Build something out of them and put them back into the box as a complete set. But I'll get back to the website first. Let me set the context. I really like Rebrickable, finding various things to build there. Sometimes make my own thing, but mostly just build things that others made. And often they can consist of multiple Lego sets, like like this one for example, or they can just be completely custom builds. But either way, we'll need to take some of the parts from each of our Lego sets. And Rebrickable provides pretty good features for this. You click build this mock and it says that I'm not missing any parts. That's great. I mean, I have these sets obviously, but I don't really keep all the parts in one place, so I'll need to go through the two actual boxes that were mentioned, and this other feature of Rebrickable is helpful for that. It's telling me just in a different way that I'll need to choose, for example, this set and this set. These are the intended ones. And then it doesn't do anything with this information. Like, it doesn't show me which exact parts I need to take out of here and which parts I need to take out of here. And even if I figure that out, then I don't know which box to put them back in. So that's what I really wanted to solve. And this beginning of my solution is to enable a browser extension. I want to publish it for the Chrome Web Store, but right now it's only a user script with a somewhat manual installation. So what it does is it modifies the set lists pages first of all. And in addition to the normal export options, which works one by one, you have the option to export everything all at once. So this can be useful on its own, even if you don't care about the rest of the video already. And this is how the export goes. Shows you everything that it does. It also sometimes needs to wait in the middle of this if you have way too many lists in your account, but in the end it will work. Right, so the export finished. Then we can get started with my website. Website expects you to then upload this archive to there. You just click upload, and that's the first step. You have your entire collection from Rebrickable copied over to this website with the ability to choose whether they are used in builds or not going forward. And you can view the parts, but that's just the basics, right? Let's get back to building the same mock, but now with this website. Because I enabled this extension, I will now get this new button appearing here, and I can just click it and I will build it with my website instead of with Rebrickable. So this is a pretty similar view. You see all the parts that you need, and you see all the sets that are most relevant to this situation. So I'm gonna choose the same part, the same sets, and you notice that this works much faster than Rebrickable too. And having done this, it says I'm done. I don't need to choose any other parts. I can save this now. And I have a permanent record that I have in fact built this. And I can see the exact parts that I need to pick out from this box, then pick out from this box, and when I'm done I will use the same records to put them back. Let's build a few more things. Let's say I built this mock that consists out of just one set. I save it. Now I have two things built. Yeah, let me build another one. This is just consisting of one set again. And in addition to this view of all the things that you have built, now the view of the original collection is also affected. This is the same stuff, except here we have used almost all the parts out of this set. Here I've used a lot. Here I've used some small part of it. Now let me build some other smaller thing. Infinity cube. Right, need to click this and then click this. And this is something that I was actually just needing to pick parts from this set, which was already used in my case. So okay, let's use this one. And you know you can use these parts. It has already subtracted the parts that are in use, so it will not suggest them. And now I just need a few more parts. And again, I save this list. Yeah, now this Statue of Liberty set is once again updated in my collection. And here you can see which parts are completely used up, which parts are partly used up. And you can hide the parts that are completely used up and see what you still have left. Or let's open this huge set. Almost everything here is used up. Right, great. You have an alternate view of your custom lists on this website, but you don't have to use this page. You can choose to build your custom lists from here, or you could just as well choose to export them on the fly. The important part is having the collection here in the first place that was uploaded from the zip archive. Now I wanted to also mention the obvious thing that Rebrickable has its own assembled lists feature, but I'm not just missing it. It really cannot accomplish the same things that I have just accomplished, because okay, it will show you that you are missing some parts, but you will not have any idea in which exact place they are missing, where to put parts back. In fact, while switching over to my website, I have completely stopped using assembled lists. They should not be subtracted from my collection when they are in use. I prefer it that way. so that when I need to build something, Rebrickable will show me that I am not missing any parts. I have all of them somewhere, rather than being sometimes confused, like why am I lacking these parts? And instead let the particular choice of parts and which one are used up, let this be handled by the website in this way. Now I wanted to show another thing. When you're building a set, and there are multiple sets involved, you can choose which one to prioritize. It is significant which one of these sets I choose first. I can use 103 parts from this, and then this 98 will decrease to 87. I only need 87. This is because there's some overlap. And if I wanted to use more parts from this set instead, I will just need to put it first on the line and then add the other one. Now I'm using more parts from this set. On Rebrickable, there is no significance which of the sets you choose first and which you choose second, because they don't even track this count in the first place, let alone the particular parts. Now let me build a quite complicated combination of parts just to show this off. Right, this is optimized to use parts from this, okay, and this, and this, and this. You know, I've already gone through this, so I can click this stuff very fast. And the website works accordingly fast. Right, in this case I needed to buy 200 more parts to make this build. Which this website didn't help me decide. That was done kind of manually through Rebrickable. But by the end, yeah, I have all of this stuff that I need to get from various boxes, and I did actually get all of this stuff from various boxes. Then I save this, and again I have this permanent record, and all of this stuff is subtracted everywhere. Now let me create more overlaps with things that I've built. This set I have already used for one thing, let me use it for another thing. I know it's not a problem because these things I have already physically built, but if I didn't, it would be useful to know. So this Easter basket also has involvement in two different things. Let's just keep building. Now I built this. Yeah, sure. Bricks and functions, yeah. And at this point, when I was building it, I was surprised. When I was checking on Rebrickable, I was sure that I have this part available, but I ended up not having it available within these sets. I had to pick one more up from some other set, none of which I wanted to touch. Well, in the end I had to take it from this one. And if I was using my website already, I would not be surprised to see this. my initial calculation would have already shown this. And this part is not available just because I have used absolutely all of them for the previous thing. Which one? For this thing, I have used up absolutely all of them in here. Anyway, I'll end this part of my ramble now, and to just say, this is just the beginning of this website. It's just the minimal thing that works. Of course, I need to add a lot more features. I want to have a view, for example, what is the overall status of this part, how many of them I have, how many of them are used in total. I want to add checklist mode everywhere possible. I want to add comparing the two various sets of parts. And very importantly, let me build another thing again. Very importantly, I want to make, so there is already something that suggests alternatives. Like, okay, if I didn't have this printed part, it suggests me an alternative of a non-printed part. I also, oh, and it also shows me that I am completely out of this piece. Even though I thought I had it, but again, it was just used up by the previous thing that I built, so I don't have it available for this. And in such cases, I want to click here and look up an alternate color and alternate something, but this is not implemented yet. And also, for example, I would want to select all of these parts and say, actually, I want to use a different color for these. What do I have available? And things like that. That's still all upcoming. Right, and the website is available to use. This is, I will call it an alpha version, and I don't promise that your data will stay intact. I think I will keep erasing all the data while the heavy development is still ongoing. There's also no ability to log in yet. The data is just kind of temporary, associated only with your browser sessions, so you cannot take it over to another browser or something like that. But this is already pretty exciting, so I wanted to share. Thanks for watching.